that space no longer exists. It made me realize that, as a Chinese international student, my life is often in a temporary state. Always moving, packing, and reorganizing my belongings and identity. The identity of an international student is unstable. Our living spaces are temporary. What hidden traces of identity, racialization, and cultural migration exist within the spaces international students move through? Hey, references, do you notice any of them?
Hi, Dancy. Of course. Ju Young Kim mentioned the concept of in-between in her solo exhibition Aeroplastics. She views the act of flying, a necessary journey, as a man-made transitional state. This space is neither the journey itself nor the destination, but a transitional space in between.
I also noticed that some objects with symbolical or metaphorical relevance to the international student experience can be used in practice. For international students, plane tickets and suitcases are two items that carry rich meanings. The plane tickets record the moment they arrive in the UK, while the small suitcase carries the initial starting point of their lives, starting with limited items and gradually building their own living space.
In Census, Map, Museum, Benedict Anderson divides the chapter into 3 parts through concrete examples. Defines the census, map, and museum as anti-nationalist grammars used by colonial states. During the colonial era, the state used the census to construct a system of identity that was clear, quantifiable, and non-overlapping. This institutional mechanism gradually solidified into a social imagination and political discipline of individual identity.
The identity of international students is, in essence, a classified identity imposed by the state, just as colonial censuses could not tolerate ambiguous or overlapping identity. Immigration management systems also do not allow international students to occupy blurred positions. They are neither tourists nor locals, but are classified as temporary, profitable, yet non-integrable beings.
Sealand, uncorporate identity. The authors narrate the founding and history of Sealand through real photographs and documentary records. By presenting numerous documents, Idaho cards, and brand materials produced by Sealand, the book shows that identity is something objectified within visual documentation. It can be forged, imitated, questioned, and subverted.
Today's immigration management systems also do not allow international students to occupy blurred positions. This absurd experiment forced me to reconsider, what is a nation? What does the passport represent? Is the legitimacy of identity based on a system that can be imitated, forged, and performed? Sealand blurred these boundaries and made me realize that identity is not innate. Passport, nationality, and identity verification, though seemingly authoritative, are in fact artificially constructed systems of illusion. I fabricated an institution called International Students Residence Permit to reflect the reality that international students' living space and the freedom of movement in the UK are restricted by the visa system. This institution is fake, but the information and the experience it presents are real. International students first apply for housing through the Residence Permit office. Here, they must confirm personal details, name, gender, via the visa, and the required housing documents. Then comes the information about the housing they're applying for, including photos of the property. The identity and life of an international student become papers. The cover of this book is inspired by the UK passport, as the International Student Residence Permit Office is part of the UK Home Office and operates under the British government. The first page shows a scan image of the student's suitcase, revealing glimpses of their personal life. The second page contains the student's basic information and the details about their residence. The content references the Chinese passport, highlighting the international student's transitional identity, as well as overlap and diversity of the identity. The inner pages are writing in the student's own voice, describing her experiences with housing. The identity of international students has become disposable, system-shaped label. Our living conditions, personal belongings, and housing are all built and judged around this identity. But what is our real life like? It seems no one truly cares.